Hey there students and families, this is a quick video to show students how to get onto our Class OneNote. This will be quite important because we'll use the OneNote pretty much every day. The easiest way to access it is via Microsoft Teams. So I've got Teams open here. In the top right hand corner you'll notice it says join or create team. In some versions of the app it's elsewhere on the screen, but that's what you're looking for, join or create team. And here we want to join team with a code. Most students have done this already, but if you haven't for whatever reason, these are helpfully written on the whiteboard in the corner of the room. So you can use the code to join the class that's right for you. We're going to be looking at the very creatively named demo class for today. Okay, so once you've got into this on Teams, you want to navigate up here to the class notebook. And from here, you can access everything from Teams, but it works a lot faster and a lot more fluidly if you open it in OneNote instead. So to do that, you want to head up here to Open in Browser, click that and then choose Open in Desktop App, and then that will load OneNote for you. I already had it open, so I did it really quickly, but it might take you a second to load potentially. Okay, important places in our OneNote. Different teachers will arrange this differently. This is just how I happen to do it. So under the content library, there's course documents. This has got anything that's relevant to your course. So for some students, it'll just be the course outline. For senior school, we'll have the assessment outline and that kind of thing as well. But if you want some light reading, you can look through what's coming up for the whole year. So it starts with some rationale for why we do things the way that we do them at the college, and explains a little bit about some of the resources that we use, including Maths Pathway for this class. Not every class uses Maths Pathway, but that would be the case for this example class. Going a little bit further along, we've got the week-by-week guide to terms 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that will give you an idea of what topics are covered week to week in class. Okay, if we navigate over here to Term 1, the first document at the top is the Term 1 Planner. So I update this with all of the things that we do in each individual lesson. So on the left-hand side, we've got the week that we're in and whatever the focus for that week is, and then lessons 1, 2, 3, and 4. I've obviously blanked out the days if there's a school development day or if there's a test on that day, because they'll either be not in class or doing a test, like one or the other. But if it's a more regular lesson, there's a list of all the activities that we complete. So say, for example, what could we use as an example? Let's say Friday of week 2, so lesson 4 for this class. If you were, say, sick or at home and you wanted to follow what we were doing in the class, and you'd look at week 2, lesson 4 and say, well, we're doing the number game, we're continuing our diagnostics, and we finish with Bucket, which is a fun game. If you wanted to see what it actually looks like in the class, you could navigate on the left-hand side to week 2 and then lesson 4. And then say, oh cool, the number game is from this Math Starters website. It's similar to the game that they play on Letters and Numbers, the SBS show. And what I'll often try and do is write on the actual OneNote any notes that go up for the students. Rather than using the I'll sometimes use the whiteboard, but rather than use the whiteboard, I try and keep all the notes digitally on here. So if a student is away or wants to review what we've done, this preserves everything that we do. Also in this area, so we've got our week by week folders on the left hand side. So week 3 lessons are all here, week 2 lessons are all here, week 1 is here, and obviously they'll populate as the term progresses, and from term 1 we'll go to term 2, term 3, term 4, and so on. There's usually will be other resources available here depending on what the class is. So this is based on a year 7 program, so they've got some NAPLAN practice resources here as well. We've got a 2017 paper back from when the students did this on paper. We've got some solutions for it as well. So these will differ depending on what year group it is. So for the year 7s, this is obviously pretty relevant because they'll do NAPLAN in like 2 weeks. But for some of the year 10 students, there might be some homework assignments put in there, or there might be other resources related to whatever specific courses that your child is doing. But generally speaking, that's the way that the OneNote is laid out. The other thing that I include is just a snapshot from the planner for each term, just so you can quickly see what's happening for the whole term as a sort of like a one-shot sort of view. And then the planner kind of expands on that and goes into what we do lesson to lesson. The student or your child will also have their own individual folder in this area here. So they won't have this where it says teacher only, because that's just for me. It'll have their name in a little drop down menu. Students might choose to keep some documents there or save work that we do for rich tasks or Aboriginal culture and heritage tasks. It just depends on how we use it. But I think what I've covered there, that's the bulk of how we organize things. And just another thing to note there as well is it's good for the students to get into the habit of, when they get the computers out for a particular lesson that we have, it's good for them to open up the OneNote to the page that's relevant to that lesson. So if the students will open this here, for example, week 2 and lesson 4, they'd see what we were doing that day. It's written on the whiteboard as well, but they'd see what we were doing that day. And as I make notes on the screen, they've got their own copy that's updating in front of them in real time as well. Okay, I think that is all I wanted to cover for this video. If you've got any questions, send me an email. All the best and thanks.